Action.
Speed.
Speed. Oh, right, okay.
Speed, action. Benedict, welcome to Movies That Made Me.
Thank you for having me.
Starter for 10. 4 lines. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Warhorse, Star Trek Into Darkness, The Hobbit Trilogy, Doctor Strange, and his latest, The Grinch. This is Benedict Cumberbatch's Movies That Made Me.
I am going to begin with a film that I really, really like. In fact, I'm going to say love.
Okay.
Starter for 10.
Yes.
Take a seat, please.
I bring it up because I normally begin with quite a specific compliment.
Anywhere?
Right.
And my very specific compliment is, I think you do the best.
Wearing of man-made fibre in the history of cinema.
Jackson, Bristol.
Sorry, is Alice coming today?
Apparently not. I'm not delighted about it either, Brian. In 24 hours, we're making a recorded appearance in front of a TV audience of millions, and you think Thomas Elliott's middle name was Stuart?
It is close, but getting decked and then twist fall to the ground.
You heard me. What is my name?
Because you get a punch to the face, but it's not enough to fall over.
Spencer!
Turn around, hit your mark, and then
Collapse.
drop. Yeah. It's a whole dance routine.
What could also be is the flaming windmill on fire fighting thing you've got going
also
on.
Quite classic, yes.
Was there a director note going?
I don't think so. It might well have been in David Nicholls' supreme book.
Patrick. That's what they say, isn't it? You can take the boy out of Essex, but you can't take Essex out of the boy.
Everyone's like, oh, I love that character. Well, he was there for anyone who read the book. It was a very good blueprint that David had written. It was very obvious what to do with him.
I love it when James McAvoy headbutts you.
That's great.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all right.
I get the impression from speaking to you and James McAvoy that the whole shoot was just a
We
blast.
had a lot of fun.
Let's take these mothers out.
I love the four of you walking in slow-mo.
The greatest kind of non-Reservoir Dogs moment. The nerds will conquer.
And then you slick your...
Hair back. I couldn't resist. I mean, honestly, they gave me an inch and I took a mile with that part. My favourite moment is when his vanity gets the best for a film, as far as, if we're going to talk about my work.
And the team captain?
Patrick Watts, Ashton under Lyme, postgraduate in mechanical engineering.
When he sort of tries to turn his head away from it, because one side of his face has been ruined by James's headbutt. It's brilliant.
Watts, Bristol.
Sorry, I don't know the answer.
It was one of those things where you go, Christ, we were all in that film.
Is James Corden crops up, doesn't he?
Yeah, more than crops up.
Are you shagging it then? Tone, it's platonic. Platonic? What does that mean? You sure won't let him shag her.
You've got Dominic Cooper, you've got Rebecca Hall,
Brian, are you trying to flirt?
No.
you've got Alice Eve, you've got... Who else have you got?
Okay, concentrate.
You've obviously James McAvoy.
Why is she smiling at me?
It's quite a cast.
Right about that time, you were also in Four Lions.
Wedge, why are you doing this?
How many people in the street, when they bumped into you, said...
Rubber Dinghy Rapids.
Not many.
Sorry?
Not many.
Rubber Dinghy Rapids, bro. Fast track. Straight on rides. Like Alton Towers.
No queue.
Oh, you like fun fairs then, Wedge?
Not fun fair,
Bro, it's a theme park. Fun fair. How old are you? Alton Towers got a spa, bro.
I mean, I'm really proud to do anything that involves Chris Morris, to be honest. A really incredibly foretelling genius that he and Charlie Brooker are. But him on his own and Brass Eye and everything else. I mean, yeah, he's a brilliant satirist, and he was sort of way ahead of the game on that, and a right on the edge way.
Wedge, what are your demands? I don't have any.
Every time he sort of offers me an even smaller part in one of his projects, I'd happily just sweep the floor for the crew after they've left. When it comes to him, he's just brilliant.
Let's talk about Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes.
Not just because you get to beat up Tom Hardy, kind of.
Mr. Gwilym,
Yeah, that was a good bit of acting.
sorry it took me so long to come home.
He was great as ever. I mean, he was just like, yeah, there's blood up. Yeah, go for me, you know. He's like, no, it really hit me. I was like, oh, gosh, really?
Ricky's been helping us, Peter. He's been telling us all about his adventures.
An incredible cast.
Yeah, that was another school photograph.
What's that shrug for?
I mean, mind-blowing cast to be on a set with.
Who did you find yourself spending time with most?
Kathy Burke and Stephen Graham a lot, and obviously Gary. Gary and I were joined at the hip as characters, so we had a blast.
He went back to die rather than giving in.
Gary, as he calls Gary Oldman. I mean, it's amazing.
Yes, and that's how I know he can be beaten.
You know, the first time I met him in a corridor, I was utterly terrified and just kind of going, ooh.
Because he's a fanatic. And the fanatic is always concealing a secret doubt.
Hello. Oh, yeah. You're playing Gwyneth. Great.
If you're caught, you can't mention me.
I didn't know that he's a very nervous, neurotic actor like the rest of us. I thought he was sizing me up to basically go, oh, can we get rid of him? Who's this posh, you know what? Get rid of him.
I interviewed him for this as well, and there was a time when I wanted to say to him, you do realise you're Gary Oldman?
No, but I know. There's not, yeah, it's extraordinary. He has so much confidence as an actor, and he quivers as a person. He's got great strength as a person as well, of course he does, but it's not that strident as it is with his characters. You know what I mean?
Let every man make himself, his king, his country, and his fallen comrades proud. Be brave. Fear God, honor the king.
Okay, let's talk about Warhorse as well. Was that a movie where you regretted that little white lie on your CV that said, can ride a horse?
Ride a horse, yeah.
On canter.
They didn't stop to check the veracity of that. They just stuck us on a horse for 6 weeks straight to make sure we could. We were riding across open ground, double reining with one hand, waving a sabre around, giving a charge, and then running into a German encampment. It wasn't even a straightforward gallop, with a Russian arc, one of those cameras fixed to a vehicle, kind of going... Just looking like we knew what we were doing and weren't terrified. Horses get very overexcited on the day. Add to that the adrenaline of the riders and that situation, and it was quite scary, but in a great way. On the first day on a Steven Spielberg set, and you're leading a charge.
That was your first day?
Yeah, on the Duke of Wellington's land, and with the Duke now, who's inherited the title, who's old enough to remember cavalry charges in the First World War pretty much, kind of going, you didn't hold your line, you know, and you've got to go, no, I'm so sorry, sir. Because it's just incredible.
I do not envy you at all. And that bit where you and Tom have to get the blue ring.
The training charge on Salisbury Plain, yeah.
You're just thinking, that's not fair. You've written this into the script, but we're going to not...
We really have to do this? We're pinching each other all day long, just going, I can't believe what we do for a living has amounted to doing this for him. And here on horse. I mean, it's just the whole thing was crazy.
What's your go-to Steven Spielberg story?
How competitive he became over atomic farts. We just set them off. What's that sound? What is that? And then we showed him the app, and then he was like really competitively doing a sort of Simon Says kind of repetition. So, and Thomas and I were doing what you were doing. We were on the floor looking at one of the greats of cinema that really kind of oh God. Trying to win the game by making these ridiculous fart sounds on his iPad, and it was just so counter to what I thought that experience was going to be like. I was hysterical.
And then the next day he's like, okay, wait, let's do that charge again.
This is where you die, you know. You're like, oh yes, put the fart app away.
Let's jump to Star Trek Into Darkness, a film where you...
All right?
Yes, Captain.
I just want to underline this point.
Get!
Crush a man's head with your hands.
Yes.
And then Alice Eve is screaming.
It might be one of my more over-the-top moments, but I mean, this guy's got a lot of hate to burn, and he's strong. So he uses the nearest thing at hand.
You should have let me sleep.
I think it made a sound effect like a watermelon. Horrible sound effect.
And I would like to compliment you on...
crushing Robocop's head.
Yeah,
that was another moment you kind of go, we're working with Robocop, this is amazing.
Drop it!
Guys, I just killed Robocop.
Can we do it again? No, we can't. Peter's exhausted.
He's gone now.
He's gone now.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
But I want to compliment you on doing that space jump sequence.
Launching activation sequence on 3, 2, 1.
I gather that was just you on a floor being dragged along?
Kind of.
Commander, he's not going to make it.
The doing was sort of standing on blocks and going...
My display is still functioning. I see you, Kirk. You're 200 meters ahead of me at my 1 o'clock. Come to your left a few degrees and follow me.
Looking like you had constipation. That is not how I look like. nor do I have. But anyway, you know, one imagines. But like this, with the camera flying around you, doing all the kinetic stuff of what is very, very stationary for you as an actor, and all that acting going on with the corner of your eyes kind of going like this.
Mr. Scott, open the door. Open the door! Mr. Scott, now!
And then some of those things are really, really tight around your face.
We've only got this room to act.
Yeah. This is great for the skin. I look about 5 years younger, but I can't actually express any emotions. Ridiculous. One of those moments where you feel really, really stupid, but you have to sell it. So thank you for recognising how ludicrous that must have been to actually do.
Welcome aboard.
And you also get to deliver lines.
I'm getting into how difficult it is being a film actor. It's
so hard.
It's such a tough life.
It's a nightmare. You get to deliver lines like,
I will walk over your cold corpses to recover my people.
Oh, that was a great line, I thought. I mean, you know,
it's great. It's superb.
That blows the PG certificate, you know.
But he's not the most evil character you've played because of our friend Smaug.
You think he's more evil?
Yeah, I think so.
I suppose you can argue that even though Khan is a terrorist, he's another man's freedom fighter, and Smaug really is in it for himself. There aren't many other dragons out there benefiting from his hoard of gold. And, yeah, no, a little greedy, a little pissed, and a little bit two-dimensional in that regard. Yeah, plain evil.
Can we just make it very, very clear that you did not just do the voice for this?
Like how ridiculous I looked like doing the whole thing.
Well, thief. I smell you. I hear your breath. I feel your air. Where are you? Where are you?
And then saying, can I do the whole thing again to Peter?
Can I try him on all the way through, Pete?
He went, yeah, if you want. Crazy Englishman.
You have nice manners for a thief and a liar.
Okay.
For them, it's another day at the office. You know, they've seen it all because of the extraordinary work that Andy Serkis has pioneered in that motion capture realm.
I am fire! I am death!
It's freeing because you don't have anything else to respond to. You're just literally, in that instance, as Smaug, just crawling around a carpet, going crazy.
Die!
There are certain words that I love hearing you say as Smaug.
I will show you revenge!
Revenge is a cracker, but nothing is as fun as hearing Peter Jackson try to say...
Telepathic.
Telepathic. Telepathic.
Telepathic.
Telepathic.
It's quite tight, the New Zealand accent. Telepathic. That's fantastic, Martin. Let's go again. Saying I am fire, I am death at the end of the film is quite enjoyable.
I am fire. I am death.
He wanted it to be really big, and I just kept thinking, no, I think it'd be really terrifying if it's quite quiet. Yeah. And as he swoops silently towards an unsuspecting lake town. Serpent napalm machine that he is. It's horrible. It's horrible.
No help will come.
That's on his business card. Serpent napalm machine.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good job description.
Sherlock's business seems to be booming since you and he became pals. What's he like to live with? Hellish, I imagine.
I'm never bored.
I'm imagining you with Martin. It's not a case of, you know, anything you can do, be in The Hobbit, I can appear as a giant dragon.
Now that is interesting.
And then with the MCU going, well, anything you can do, I can be the Sorcerer Supreme.
I'm Dr. Stephen Strange.
I could be the white guy in Black Panther.
You cannot talk! One more word, and I will feed you to my children.
Yeah, it must have looked a bit like that.
I'm kidding, we are vegetarians.
Now, we obviously can't talk too much about Doctor Strange because of, you know, spoilers, but I'd like to give you an internet update of what the world is thinking.
Yeah, tell me, because I sure as hell don't know.
This is the most amazing cosplay I've ever seen.
I mean, if you're going to play a horse, you really want to be the front end, don't you? It's like, there's no end of humiliation to being a cloak that's just... Can we really do that? Bit of asymmetry, and back again. But it's the way that they're not quite in sync. They're not quite... He looks a little bit like me. It's a very good job.
I'd agree with that.
It's great. But he also looks really pissed off with how the cloak's trying to take over. He's like, maybe like, enough. Don't ruin my light. That's brilliant.
There's a little picture meme, and it says that in just 2 years, Doctor Strange has done these amazing things in just 2 years. He's bargained with Dormammu, he's trapped Loki for 30 minutes, had the best battle in the MCU, impersonated a Hindu god, saved Tony Stark's life, and watched Avengers 4 already by imagining it in his mind.
That's very good.
Plus, he has the best cloak in the whole gang.
I don't disagree. I'm the cat that got the credit. I'm very lucky. Really? You want me to? Okay, I'll be the keeper of secrets, and I know what's going to happen, and fabulous. You want me to do that in this film?
Do you want me to steal this scene and that scene?
Yeah.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man, then.
No, I'm just feeling a bit greedy now. Okay, I'll have what they call the Sorcerer's Battle. Fine. In the ensemble films, you were expecting to take a very minor key, back foot, not character front and centre kind of role. And it's about Tony Stark. It's about Iron Man. He is definitely central to it, as he should be. But I was amazed at how much I got asked to do.
Let's jump to the Grinch.
Illumination! 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 Illumination!
Illumination Entertainment.
Yeah,
of course. Your American accent in it, as ever, is excellent.
Oh, thank you.
But you've got to get the grinchiness
in there. Yeah, it was interesting. At the beginning, it was very nasal and very, it was just, and it would just sound like he was really angry all the time. And you've got to remember, people who are angry often have fun being angry, or if they're. This story is about the polarities of Christmas. Those who love it, to this guy on his own in a cave who cannot stand it for pretty good reasons, as the film makes clear.
I felt there was a bit of Thanos there in terms of wait for it.
Ooh, stealing from Josh Brolin, I'll be in trouble. Go on.
In terms of, I actually am kind of on your side.
Well, yeah, thank you.
The mayor wants Christmas to be 3 times bigger this year. That means 3 times the lights, 3 times the eggnog, 3 times the...
Information needed.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and also just the fact that I'd like to say he's in his 50s. I like to age up for my roles these days, so that people don't go, my goodness, you're so much younger in the flesh than you are in the pants you wear when you're doing that exercise scene. Yeah, it's just that thing of he has lived a long life, but early on, I think I can say this without spoiling, he's an orphan. So, he didn't experience a lot of the joy of Christmas, hence he envies it. Maybe that's why he's green and all the other who's aren't green.
Great point.
Thank you, Mommy.
I had questions early on. I went, is this always some kind of exclusion here? Is this racism, or is this actually he's just green, Benedict? Let's not politicise this film. He's green.
He's just green.
It's just green.
What mementos have made it back to Benedict Cumberbatch HQ that you've been in?
All the ones that we've got here, I held on to his jumper for far too long. That is... Did you? Well, I thought, I don't know why. I just did. This is obviously resurged as a natural occurrence on my top lip for a part I'm playing at the moment. Donada here, because we're in Victorian land, but may have kept one of his coats. Alan.
Turns out that's the only German you need to know to break Enigma.
Yes!
The Enigma machine.
No, so... The Enigma machine. Oh, we've run out of time.
And
Goodbye.
that's that. Goodbye.
Wow.
I hope you've had a lovely interview.
I have. I kept this. I
kept
that. I actually own that there.
That's yours.
That's mine, yeah.
Well...
Somebody else knows that one. It's a bone of contention, yes. Let alone Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. So that's my film stealing in a nutshell. I've got quite a crammed life as it is. I think if I started taking gold coins from Smaugland and pipes from Sherlockville, it just gets a bit silly.
And also people go, we get it, you were Sherlock. we know. There's the pipe, yes, very good.
Exactly. There was a stage a bachelor stage, where it did, occur to me very frequently when people came round to the bachelor den, it was like, oh God, there are one too many things I've kind of kept. Or, you know, photographs that Mum has said, oh, look at this, and I've sort of given to, and I'm like, I'm fan art as well. It became like a bit of a museum of me. It was kind of scary. It's like entering an Alan Partridge fan zone, but in reverse, as in one that he'd built. So yeah, anyway, but yeah, that's when I didn't have the imagination to put nicer things on the walls.
Benedict, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Enjoy Christmas when you get there.